All right, everybody, how you doing? We just finished camping. You finished camping?
Yeah, we finished.
We've been camping. We're driving home right now.
And we can tell because you don't realize that you smell when you're actually camping, and then you stop for snacks and gas, and then the people at the counter look at you like you're the hill people, the kind that blow into town with the egg money. Yeah, that's apparently what we look like.
So we had a great time camping, and we did some. Erin did some cooking.
Camping hacks, and they all turned out spectacular.
All right, so let's check one out right now. All right. Wish us safe drive. Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Boy, we smell. Who smells the worst?
Probably you. Although Zach's a close second, and then maybe.
Winner! Yee! Something special. We're camping. All right, so let's go over and see what is going on here. Lovely Erin, how are you?
3 camping hacks. 3.
3?
Number 1, we are going to do the bananas s'mores. You cook those over the fire. Number 2.
Wait. Let me check out the bananas. Not a lot of refrigeration.
Don't expose the shame of the bananas.
Okay,
Don't
all right.
do that.
So what's
Number 2,
up? What's
put
this?
in a blanket.
Okay.
With crescent rolls, also over the fire. Now, number 3, we are going to make sweet rolls with cinnamon and cream cheese frosting in the orange cups over the fire.
How many marshmallows can you fit in your mouth at once?
Your mother's record was
All right.
23 mini marshmallows.
All right, very good. All right, so let's get to the fire, shall we?
All right.
All right. All right, now it's back to the fire after the scenery. All right, what are we doing?
All right, first one we're going to try is the delicious s'more one we talked about, that we put everything into a banana. So we're going to seal it up, and we're going to put it right there.
What kind of heat?
You must be so happy right now. This is low heat.
Sort of low.
Over a fire.
Right.
Not a ton of open flame, it's mostly ash.
All right, we'll see how it turns out.
Okay.
All right, we are ready to see the magic. Hey, look what I got.
Thank you for doing the part that involved being burned.
Oh my gosh.
Now, our first s'more hack, you may remember, did not work out so great, where it kind of all disappeared into the cone, but this...
That looks a little molten. I would not put that in your mouth.
This is beautiful.
Look at the juice.
You want to taste it, Zoe, or do you want me to do this?
It's too hot. Go ahead, try it. Get the banana.
It's like, fine, whatever.
Too hot?
The banana has nice, that really nice flavor. You're not clear.
Hot. Sugary hot.
It's freaking delicious. How long did we cook that?
15 minutes maybe.
To pretend that we're being professional.
Yeah, and these are really brown bananas, which seems to work for it.
Actually works really nicely, yeah.
Right?
I would go even more marshmallows next time. Marshmallow.
All right, that's a win. All right.
Okay, that's definitely a win.
All right, nice job. Nice job. Round of applause, one hand.
Thank you so much.
There you go.
The Todd and Erin Daily Stream is brought to you by PC Laptops, with desktops and laptops starting as low as $7.99 with a lifetime parts and service warranty. They fix phones too. Go to PCLaptops.com.
We're back from camping.
I don't want to do the recap.
We have to do the recap.
No, it's boring.
You make me do the recap every time we go to a party. What do you think about so-and-so?
That's different. There's
Were they
gossip
angry?
there.
Were they arguing? Da-da-da-da-da-da. And you asked me like 15 times on the... Did I have a good conversation with so-and-so? Yes, you did. You were laughing. And it goes on and on.
There's gossip at a party. What are we going to say? Nature was delightful.
What would you change about the camping trip? Where did we go?
It was perfect.
Forest of where?
We went to the Manti LaSalle National Forest down in central Utah, where all the cool rocks look like castles.
Really
Which is why
cool.
they call it Castle Rock Country.
It's really cool. It was really fun. I would change cooking. I'm going to change the cooking thing.
Why?
I'm going to do it on the tailgate of the truck as opposed to in the kitchen of our old 1969 vintage trailer.
Don't mock our trailer. I love our trailer. But
Because there's no room.
But the cooking would be great.
I need the outdoors.
We could also use that for the University of Utah tailgate party next fall. That would be awesome.
We also saw the Milky Way. I saw it 3 times. Around a campfire.
That should be a goal this summer for everybody, at least once, to see the Milky Way. Because you forget about it. You forget how intense and how
You have to
overwhelming.
go out. You have to go out in a way. Zoe was wrangling and corralling ants,
And having conversations.
which is awesome.
It's like by the time she was telling when I had to go to college or I'd never be happy, I'm like, we need to move this kid along.
on a stick, she was taking for Ferris wheel rides, and I'm like, she's nuts.
Someone find this kid a coyote or a venomous
It
snake.
was so
Give her something to
fun.
really work with here.
And we did. Now I'm gonna. There's people on either end of the spectrum here. We did an 8-mile hike, right? Mm-hmm. And now some people in the middle are going like this. Gosh, good for you. Doesn't that feel good? And the answer is, And then there's people on the other end who are going, I wish you would die. I just wish you would have died on your 8-mile hike. And then the other people are going, oh, you're such a wimp. 8 miles. Were you carrying anybody? No, but Erin was for a mile. The little one, she did 8 miles, and she's 8.
Yeah, so she deserved to get carried for a little of
And
it.
you carried her for like a mile.
Well, you know, it's one of those things where you're going to go see something specific where like, oh, petroglyphs, that'll be great. Until we'd walked about 4 or 5 miles and everyone realized we don't know where those are. So then we had to turn around and come back.
On the road, how big, how tall, how
which
high.
then doubles said hike, you know, so that's good.
So we all called it quits and turned around and walked back.
It was really nice.
But it was really cool. How fun was that? Anyway.
All right, moving on.
All right.
This is
Cool.
actually wonderful. I think everybody who's got kids in school now, you worry about this intensely. And I don't care what anyone says, it is harder now. It's harder. Social media is a different pressure. Kids are dealing with more parents who have to work more and more and more to get food on the table. They have less time to interact with our kids. There's more social pressure. And Canyon School District's actually taking this really seriously. They've been worried about a spate of suicides. Tooele County went through this a couple of years ago where they're like, we've got to change something in the educational system where the kids are in school the majority of the day, like in elementary and junior high school. And they started utilizing, called Second Step. And it's a brand new program that works through emotional and social challenges with kids.
During school?
And then goes through it. Like, for instance, maybe you're doing a language arts lesson and then there would be a discussion about a character in a book that can lead to a discussion about how the character experienced social and emotional problems.
Who's doing this?
And how the character solved the problems. The teachers would be, and the administration would be supporting them.
Oh, okay.
I think it's such a genius idea, and they talk about this with teachers and the social workers there. They're like, students of all ages are already feeling overwhelmed and anxious and depressed about their relationships, their friendships. I think one of the things that's so scary is they say, when you hear a kindergartner say, I don't want to be here anymore.
No.
I could have gotten through one show without crying. Would have been so awesome.
It would have been
You
great.
know, it's time to make a change. So I think this is really, really smart. If they can adopt it in Canyon School District, they say it would be in classrooms by next fall, which is wonderful. Teachers would be trained in the program before it rolls out in the school. I think that's fantastic. Now, when Tooele School District implemented it in 2015, after a two-year survey, they reported a dramatic dip in suicide and other high-risk behaviors like substance abuse.
All right.
I think that's fantastic.
That's very cool.
And it's realistic. Our kids are different. They need something more.
Now, tell me something good. Another nice thing second in a row. JC's Cafe. We all know it. No, we don't. Because it's in Cary, Illinois. Now, there is a chef there. He calls himself a cook. His name is Juan. Juan has JC's, Juan Carlos. And he one of his things is soups. Not the soup Nazi.
That would be different.
He's the opposite of that.
He's the anti-Nazi.
So he makes this, and he's got one of his customers, Noah. And Noah comes in, but he's got MS. He's got some other medical issues and stuff, and he finds it really hard to get to the cafe and stuff. But he loves it, and his nutrition depends on it because this is something he wants to eat.
And for a lot of people with substantial health challenges, soup's one of the only things that you can really kind of keep down.
Right.
But also the social aspects are a really big deal. If you're alone, like in your apartment after chemotherapy or
Right.
you're dealing with something, it's very, very lonely.
So, what did he do? He decided, Juan, to go ahead and make up the soups. And every night when he left, he would take them and drop them off at his door. Knock on the door and say, Noah, this is for you.
Here is your soup.
It's been going on for a year. He's been doing this for a year.
And Noah's not the only
Here's
one.
Noah. Here's Noah.
Here's the deal, though. Noah's not the only one. And the restaurateur said, don't worry about payment. That's not what this is about. So he's been serving these to different chemotherapy patients and
Right.
patients with health challenges
Right.
for years. And he said, and Noah says, I think the guy's a saint. And he is. Once again, it is someone.
There is super you.
Well, no, but it's the goal. It's that goal that I've been trying to work on. Is like he noticed, he saw what was needed. He saw someone who
Right.
didn't say anything to him, but he saw the
Right.
need,
So-
and he paid attention to see
Yeah.
where he could help. That's been my entire goal, and I'm not as strong on it as I wish I was.
Now, what was going on? Now,
Interesting announcement from the church.
I saw something about this, and the picture was of a woman in a wedding gown and a guy dude dressed up really nice.
Well, I remember this when a lot of my friends were going through the temple getting married, and there's a lot of dilemmas. The rule has been for as long as I can remember that if you have a civil ceremony, you have to wait a year before you can have a temple wedding. And for a lot of my friends who maybe one set of parents was not LDS or didn't have a temple recommended,
Right.
there was a lot of how can I get married when
Right.
my mom and dad aren't there? My dad can't walk me down the aisle. What am I going to do? So
Right.
a lot of them would opt for a civil ceremony first, and then they'd have to wait. I
Wait
think,
for how long?
for a year. That's
Whoa.
the rule. I think this is a wonderful thing. The church just basically announced that you do not have to wait for a year to then have your more significant wedding at the LDS temple. One of the reasons it's most important for LDS families is because it's also a sealing that binds the family together. And maybe, for instance, if you have stepchildren or you have children and you have just gone into this stage at the church.
Very confusing.
Well, my mom and dad. My dad finally had a temple recommend, I think, when I was 3, and so all of us got to go into for the ceremony,
Okay.
and we were sealed as well.
Okay.
So it's a really powerful thing. But basically, what the church leaders said is, where possible, leaders should encourage couples to be married and sealed in the temple. Where a licensed marriage is not permitted in the temple, or when a temple marriage would cause parents or immediate family members to feel excluded, a civil ceremony followed immediately by a temple sealing
Right away.
is authorized.
Oh, okay, right away.
So that's a big deal.
Oh.
That's a big deal for a lot of couples who have gone through some heartache trying to make all of this work.
Plus, you've already had practice in your gown, your wedding gown.
Right.
Because they're hard to walk in, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I was about to say something, but that would talk about private practices in the temple, so never mind. But yes, you get to wear it twice.
So we shan't do that.
But you get to wear the dress twice.
Don't shoot your husband.
Was it an option?
No.
Oh, you
Why
said
do you
it like it was
smile?
acceptable, and now suddenly
The hell
perhaps
you-
it has been forbidden. I was like, tell me more.
Illinois, why are you smiling? Her name is Vernon. She's 69 years old. That's the guy. He got shot.
Vernon got shot?
Yes.
What happened?
By Lillian.
Lillian.
She's 68.
Lillian and
Why
Vernon.
did you smile so much?
I think it was just how you put it, because you made it sound like it was an option and now was suddenly forbidden. I guess that's why it was. It's not like I've ever contemplated shooting you. Other things.
So they're at their grocery store.
We've been married 22 years. These thoughts happen.
Maybe she's not a good shot.
So what happened with Lillian and
So
Vernon?
Lillian, when they were at her checkouts at the department store, and basically they were, and the guy, the husband, being a nice husband, he was putting the stuff on the conveyor belt, and
She's
doing
rummaging
all this
through her
stuff.
handbag for
and he
her
throws
purse.
her handbag on the conveyor belt, right?
Oh, okay.
And it falls off, and it shoots him in the shin.
Oh, that would hurt so much.
Number one, ow.
What? Why did the handbag shoot him in the shin?
Because she carries a Dillinger, I think it's called. A 2-shot, 2-shot little, like, with the gamblers, when they, like, pull out the little tiny gun. They're like,
Oh,
like this. She carries it and doesn't.
one of those little snub-nosed
And
darlings?
it's not in a holster that's appropriate.
Apparently
And
not with the safety
it-
on
and it
either.
goes- She has a concealed weapons permit, which is great.
Go Lillian.
But she did shoot her husband.
In the shin.
So she is going to be pressed with charges.
They're not going to press charges.
No, they're not. I made
Oh,
that
thank
up.
God.
She said she did wake up in the morning thinking, I'm going to go to the supermarket and then I'm going to shoot my husband.
She said that probably was not really what went through her mind. No.
All right, so number one, don't go shopping
Safety.
with
Safety on.
your wife. Ever. And watch out if she smiles like Erin does when we talk about it.
It seemed mildly humorous. It's not like I was planning anything.
All right, Mother's Day is coming up. We've got the thing going on with the gateway.
Actually, it's too late to enter for that. However, we do have something new coming up with nothing bundt cakes that we will tell you about tomorrow.
Oh, and they're the kind of
Cream
cakes
cheese
that
frosting.
Erin hides in the basement and doesn't tell me about.
And if you're the mom who gets it for Mother's Day, you don't have to share it either.
How far away is Mother's Day? Is it pretty
Next
close?
Sunday.
Oh, I knew that. I'll get on that. Yeah, you guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow on the Todd and Erin Daily Stream. I knew it was.
I know you did.
All right. I'm going to keep my clothes also in the truck when we go camping. Because there's too much clutter with kids' clothes.
Okay.
And since we all smell the same at
Sure.
that point, why not?
We all pretty much smell like the hill people.
We do. We should get a banjo. Let's see.
Don't. No, not the sound. Don't do the sound. Don't do the sound. What is wrong with you?
I think the dog's at the door.
Yeah, you better go, freak.